Tonight, a Fort Mill church accused of mishandling, reports of sexual abuse.
Attorneys have now filed 3 lawsuits against MorningStar Fellowship Church following the sentencing of a former youth leader, Erickson Lee, who is also a former Cornelius police officer, pleaded guilty earlier this month to committing child sex crimes. Now, the lawsuit alleges the church ignored reports of abuse and exploitation of children as young as 13 at the time. WCNC Charlotte's Jesse Pierre is looking into the allegations.
The attorneys representing 3 victims of sexual abuse accusing MorningStar Fellowship Church leaders of turning a blind eye to years of abuse and not protecting the victims. Churches are supposed to be a safe place for fellowship and worship.
Monsters exist in religious organizations.
But for the 3 victims of sexual abuse listed in this lawsuit, represented by attorneys including Randall Hood, it was not. The attorneys suing MorningStar Fellowship Church and its leadership for failing to protect them. This after former youth leader Erickson Lee pleaded guilty to sex crimes involving minors between 2019 and 2023.
He introduced these children to alcohol. At first, it was just alcohol. And then it was vapes, then it was pornography, and then it became sleeping in a sleeping bag with them naked, or touching them, forcing them to take showers with him.
Lee is now serving a 9-year sentence. Meanwhile, the lawsuit claims the church knew about Lee's misconduct and did nothing to stop it, and failed to report previous reports of sexual assaults to police.
It allowed an environment to exist that a predator came in and used the church grounds for his own personal playground. That's unacceptable.
Attorneys say this is about accountability and responsibility.
Monsters exist. Churches have to create policies and procedures to protect children. They need to monitor and supervise people that are over children.
MorningStar Fellowship Church says in a statement it conducted several background checks on Lee and there weren't any issues. It also says it doesn't believe any of the incidents involving Lee happened on church property, but that the church's principal concern is and always will be the emotional and spiritual well-being of the young men and their families. Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.